Hi everyone, I hope I am audible and visible to everybody. Can you please confirm me with the thumbs up?
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am. Okay, so hi everyone. I hope you guys are doing really good. So welcome to the Duolingo preparation made easy. Today is day 4 of week 2 and trainer is Mrs. Isha. These are the instructions that you have to follow during the session. Make sure you have a stable internet connection and a noise-free environment. We recommend you to use your earphones for the best experience. Your microphones and videos will be turned off. So if you have any queries, please put it up in the chat box. We'll respond to it. Participate actively and stay on the topic. Respect your instructor, your classmates, and yourself. Be respectful and professional. Okay, so these are the three membership offers, that is bronze, silver, and gold. Since you have registered on the website, you have been upgraded to bronze for the free. If you go for the silver, you will be getting USure Pro University recommendations, smart application tracking, and free 100-hour GRE courses. If you go for the gold, you will be getting 2-week Duolingo classes, one-on-one Duolingo IELTS classes, comprehensive IELTS GRE classes, exports, university recommendations, and dedicated counselor for the entire application process, which includes statement of purpose, letter of recommendation, and visa. Okay, there is a reward for the students who are attending these sessions, and the reward is that if you go for the silver membership, you will be provided with a coupon code. You have to just enter that coupon code, and you will be upgraded to silver membership for free. Okay, so I'll share that coupon code in the chat box with you guys. So those who are interested can go for it. This is a feature of free profile evaluation with our experts for every student, in which you will be getting following benefits, that is comprehensive evaluation, university shortlisting, course recommendations, country recommendations, and also you will be getting a detailed report with suitable recommendation customized for your profile and requirements. At the end of the session, you can clarify your doubts regarding the study abroad process, which include shortlisting, application, scholarship, etc. during the session. Okay, so there is a free GRE live classes going on from Monday to Friday, 8:30 to 9:30 p.m. It's a 2-month course and it's an online classes. So those students who are interested in attending these GRE live classes can enroll for the same. I'll also be sharing the link for the same in the chat box. So students, there is a webinar being conducted on 2nd September from 7 to 8 p.m. By the speaker Annapurna, who is a certified British Council Master Trainer, about that how you can score 7.5 plus bands in IELTS. So there you will be getting to know about the IELTS exam pattern. You will be able to get to know that whether you can prepare it on your own or not. You will be getting free resources, tips on listening, reading, writing, and speaking. Also, you will be getting to know about smart time management hacks. So those students who are interested in attending this webinar, I'll be sharing you the link for the same. You can register it and attend the same. Okay. So now I'll tell you. Okay, so for that free profile evaluation feature, what you have to do is you have to log in on the website, that is ubergrad.com, using your credentials. Then you have to go on solutions. Under admission, there is free profile evaluation. Click on free profile evaluation. Then you have to click on book export slot. Click on book export slot, select the date and time as per your convenience, and then you are good to go. Okay, now I'll tell you that how you can get an access to previous session recording and current session handout. For this, you have to again log in on the website. Then you have to go on your name over here. Click on My Test Preparation. There you'll be able to see Duolingo English Comprehensive Live Class Course. Click on View Course. Since today is week 2 and it's day 4, that is speaking day 2. Here is the handout for the same. I'll be also be sharing you the link for this handout in the chat box. Okay, so in this way you can get the access to handout. And since yesterday was speaking day 1, here is the recording for the same. You will be able to see it. Okay, so in this way you can get an access to the previous session recording and current session handouts. Now I'll share you all the links in the chat box. Just a second. Also guys, there is a Telegram group for Duolingo classes. I will request everybody to please do join that group, as you will be finding out all the solutions to the handouts in this group only. So I have shared you the coupon code. I've shared you the link to register for the GRE session. The Telegram group link is there. And this is the current session handout link. And this is the link for to register for the webinar. Okay, so this is now I request Isha ma'am to please take over this session.
Hi, thank you, Sanya.
Welcome, ma'am.
Good evening, all. Okay, so we are in week 2 and day 9. So, how is it going so far? So, only one day left, right? And tomorrow is only we are going to do the practice what we covered from Monday to Friday. Okay. Now, since Sanya said it is week 2, day 9, and we are going to continue with our speaking practice. So, students who were there yesterday, they are aware about it, like how to speak for particular topic, how to imagine, how to describe, how to speculate, and all those things. So, we are going forward and continue the same speaking practice. I'm sharing my screen here, and of course, today also I need active participation. And guys, this is for your betterment only. Okay. So is my screen visible?
Yes, ma'am, it is visible.
Okay. Am I audible? My voice is clear, not like
Yes.
yesterday. Great.
Yes, ma'am, it's
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So, yes, reading and speaking. So, as we do and as we cover each and every type of question every day to help you out to understand what strategy we need to follow, how to begin, how to speculate, how to describe, etc. So, in this session, also, we are going to talk about the tips part, the phrases, etc. Okay. So, we are going to cover today read, then speak, listen, then speak. Okay. Now, speak about the topic for 90 seconds. Yeah? And then there is a speak about the topic for 3 minutes. Now, all this, when it comes to read, then speak, this kind of question appears once. That we, I think we did it. Okay. Listen, then speak. So, also we did listening the audio. Yesterday, we shared this audio clip with you, and then you have to speak. And again, you have to describe a picture or image where you need to speak for 3 minutes, where you don't get time to make your notes and all. Yeah, so it is 90 seconds. Okay, so here we are. Now here one picture description task, so which we covered yesterday, right? So where we describe about the picture, giving our opinion, then talking about the location, and then speculate. Now three independent speaking tasks, two with written prompts, one with oral listening prompts, and extended speaking. Now all the three speaking tasks will be should be answered in a same way. Okay, the order that we will change it. Okay, now how it looks. Yeah, so written from. So prepare to speak at least 30 seconds about the question below. Now, if you see this type of question, it is similar to IELTS Q card task 2. But in IELTS, you get 1 minute, 1 or 2 minutes to make your speech, to gather your information, and the total time for this Q card is 3 to 4 minutes. Now, here you don't have that much time where you have to speak for at least 30 seconds. So, these are the kind of questions you get. There are 4 questions. Okay. So the extended speaking, writing. Now speak your answer to the question below. Okay. So what was the title? Yeah. So whatever it is, any which ways we are going to talk about it. How this kind of questions we have to answer them. How to gather information. So the time is 1 minute and 30 seconds approximately. Yeah. Okay. Then when it comes to the answering time, there's a 90 seconds given to you. Okay. Speak the answer to the question you hear. So we did this practice. Yeah. Now, what are the questions that you need to, what are the key points you need to follow? Now, in these prompts, you have to listen to the audio and answer accordingly. Now, this tests both your listening and speaking skills. Okay. So earlier, We also did this kind of activity where listening to the statement and saying that statement, right? You can replay the question 3 times. Okay. Now, tips, you need to answer all the questions. So, prompts is nothing but the question. Answer the questions and then expand on your answers. You can elaborate, give your opinion, give example. Transition words we covered earlier also, transition words. So when you want to say, when you are giving examples, right? So one example, second example, or if you remember, we also spoke about the main idea, sharing your ideas. So firstly, secondly, lastly, etc. So you can use transition words here. Look out for question triggers. Yeah. Now, what are the tips that you need to follow? So, talking for 90 seconds with these prompts get very easier. You can easily go from question to question and answer them with detail. Now, how to expand your answer? Okay. So you can elaborate. So because you have to speak for 90 seconds, so definitely you need to speak more. So you can elaborate. Now, while elaborating, make sure that you are not repeating the same idea. Every point is a new point. Yeah. Make sure or also try to use different vocabulary so that will show your control on your vocabulary also, the lexical resource that we learned earlier. And wherever it is required, you can always give examples. Yeah. So always give examples and expand on it. So you can share, you can expand, elaborate that example also. Now, how to do this? So, talk about a book you read recently. Excuse me. Now, for you, we are going to see how you can answer this. Okay, how to gather, how to write your information, how to speak, and all, how to gather ideas, how to elaborate, and all. So, this we will do like here. I will show you how we have done this or how to do that, and the rest 2 or 3 activities that we have to do in a class. Okay. So what was it? So here the topic is, the title is talk about a book you read recently. Now, what was the title? What was it about? How did you first hear of it? What did you like or dislike about it? See, at least even if you gather 1 or 2 sentences each, still it is good enough to gather to speak on that particular topic. Okay. But yes, when it comes to the last question, of course you have to elaborate it, because whether you liked it or what is that you dislike about it, so there you have to elaborate. Now, as I said, we are going to share this or discuss how it is. So what was the title? This is our first question. Yeah. A book that I have read recently was called Surely You're Joking, Mr. Femin, by the famous uh, physicist Research Feynman. This book is a collection of personal stories, both hilarious and thought provoking, from Richard Feynman's life. Now, the sentences in green are example how to elaborate. So, when we say, okay, so when it comes to the title, we have already mentioned the title. Okay, so the book name is Surely You're Joking, Mr. Feynman. Now, after that, we have to elaborate. So, what is this book is about? Okay, so here only we have mentioned what this book is about. Yeah, so we covered 2 questions in one only by giving the information. Then, what was it about? Okay. Now, this book is mainly about all the life lessons that Dr. Freeman learned in his amazing life. For instance, do things that you love as best as you can. As this book is a collection of stories from his life rather than a novel, it doesn't really have a plot. Each chapter covers one important part of his life, such as his time at university or the time he met Albert Einstein, which in my opinion was the most fascinating chapter. Okay, so here we are talking about one particular chapter where he met Albert Einstein. Yeah. Now, sentences in green, adding example to elaborate your answer. So here we describe about the book. So we are adding some information, elaborating it. What is it about? and sentence in purple using your opinion to elaborate your answer. So here we are giving opinion. So according to you, that was the best chapter, yeah, where he met Albert Einstein. So this is first we spoke about what is the title, where we described what this book is about. We also elaborate it. Okay. Then we spoke about, so what is written in that book. Okay. So in the first sentence, in the first introduction about the title and the book, we just mentioned what is this book is about. We didn't elaborate. We didn't give much information in that. Okay. So we just mentioned it is a collection of his personal stories, both. And then next paragraph, we mentioned, we explained it. What is this book is about? What kind of chapters he has given? And then we have given the opinion here. Yeah. Now, what are the transition words you can use here? So, if you want to move on to the next question, okay. So, first we are talking about the title, then what is it about it, who referred you, and what is your opinion? Why did you like this book, or what you liked or dislike about this book? So now you are moving from one question to another question. So you want to make your speech in such a way where you are organizing your ideas, and while organizing that ideas, you have to also mention the flow of your speech. Okay. Now, how you will maintain that flow? So here you can use the transition phrases or transition words here. So turning to the next question, moving on to the third question, or moving on to the next question. As far as question three, or as far as second, first, thirdly, fourthly, etc. To give more information. So what's more, furthermore, moreover, when you are about to finish the answer. So now you are concluding it. Okay. So finally, or if you forgot to mention something. Now let's say you have shared, you spoke already, but yes, you forgot to say something. Now you can also say that, oh, if you forgot to mention something important, but you would like to mention it in the end. So you can always start with one more thing I would like to talk about. See, there are many phrases, there are many ways to say this, okay? To elaborate, to use the transition words, to use the sentence which will connect your earlier paragraph, last sentence, and the next paragraph, first sentence. So it should be very much, it is moving very smoothly from one paragraph to another paragraph. But when it comes to the sentences part, there is no hard and fast rule, is it? We have mentioned here few for your understanding, okay? So yes, if you remember this also, which will help you to get a good score. Yeah. But yes, there is no, you can always use the different sentence also according to the explanation. Yeah. These are few because we cannot mention everything in on one page, and it is going to be confusing. Okay. Fine. So this is how you can use the transition words. Now look for the question that triggers. Yeah. Now, what is a question trigger? Now, different questions have words which require a certain type of answer with a specific grammar structure. Okay. Now, yes, for example, how did you first hear of this book? Okay. Or will you read read a similar book? How long have you been doing this or something, reading this or doing this any activity? Would you like to recommend this book? Why do you like this kind of book? What did you like or dislike about this book? Now, as per your question, okay, you have to give answer. Now, here you need to know the specific grammar structure, especially when it comes to the types of question. Okay. So, yes, now there are certain questions, remember, like the questions which are beginning with WH words, even how also, these are called as open-ended questions. And the questions which are beginning with helping verbs, those are called as close-ended questions. Now, the questions which begins with WH words, where you can elaborate more. And usually the question which starts with helping verbs, those questions are in yes or no. But yes, since you get, will you read this similar book? So not only answer in yes or no, but add the sentence. Yes, I would like to read similar kind of book. again. But your core answer is only in yes or no. There is no explanation you are giving. That is why those questions are called as close-ended questions. Fine. Now, when it comes to, let's see the trigger questions. How did you first hear of this book? Now you can use past simple. I heard this book. Or maybe you can use past continuous. So when I was traveling, when I was in a train, or so past simple again, when I was at railway station, I saw this book. So you can use, or maybe when I was going through uh, some social media or some anything. So I just saw the advertisement, or I just saw about this book. So this is how you can answer. Okay. So past simple, past continuous, past perfect, or used to, or would. Yeah. Now, used to and would, you can use like something to say like you used to do that. So it was you are sharing about the habitual action, but that action you were doing it in the past, but that action is stopped, or that habit is no more. Okay. So you can use that used to or would also. But yes, remember one thing, when you are using used to, don't use would. When you are using would, don't use used to. So you have to either use one, used to, or would. Don't use both the verbs together. Okay, fine. Now, how did you first hear of it? So turning to the next question, the first time I heard of this book was on a podcast where two people were talking about the most influential books that they have ever read. Okay, so here we use simple past. Yeah, subject plus verb is in second form. Here we use continuous. People were talking. Yeah, so this is continuous. Even though I hadn't heard of Dr. Heyman, then past perfect, the way they talked about him was amazing. So as soon as I finished listening to the podcast, I went straight to the bookstore to buy a book. Okay. So here we use again simple past. So just check it out according to your question. Make that, give answer in that particular type of question, tense only. Yeah. Now, will you read a similar book? Yes. So you can use will, going to, or future perfect, future continuous, present continuous, etc. Now, how to or how long have you been doing this? So, present perfect, continuous, ongoing. So, action that started in the past. So, how long have you been doing this? Okay, so I have been reading this book since 1 month. Okay, so you are using your present perfect continuous, where you are talking about the time since when you are doing it. It is still going on, and it in future also it may continue, maybe for another week or so. So you are using your future perfect continuous. While you doing this, you must know the structure of each tense. Okay. So what is the structure for simple present, continuous, perfect, and perfect continuous, same with past, future, and all. So you must know all the structure for all these 12 types of tenses. Now, would you recommend this book? So hypothetically, yes, I would recommend it to anyone. So I would recommend it to my friend, or I would recommend it to read my anyone. Okay. So if sentences. So if there are if sentences, then you can say like, okay, if sentences you can use. If it is available, I would recommend someone. If it is available uh, on Kindle or whatever it is, e-form of book, etc. Now, why do you like this book kind of book? What did you like or dislike about this book? Again, here you are giving your opinion, because asking, no, what did you like about it? So it is your liking. So obviously you have to give your opinion. Yeah. So in my opinion, from my point of view, as far as I'm concerned, so what is that I liked about this book? So that's what I said. So there's no hard and fast rule you can use anyway. So you can say, yeah, what is that I like about this book is Okay, what is that I didn't like about this book is particular chapter or experience you can share. Okay. Now these are the practice questions. Okay, this is the practice part. We are doing it now. So talk about a gift that you gave someone recently. Now there are four questions. What was it? Who did you give it to? Why did you give it to this person? How did it make you feel? So I believe like yesterday we celebrated Raksha Bandhan and today also few of them are celebrating. So you must have given something to your sisters, right? So you don't have to move fast and think about it. So yes, quickly check out the questions, gather your information, the phrases which we shared just now. We spoke about this, okay? And please unmute yourself and you can speak. So I want active participants here. See, this practice part, we are doing it for your good self, for your betterment, okay? So where people, those or students, those who are finding it difficult, they are hesitating or they have some feeling lack of confidence and all. So this platform or this kind of activities will help you out. You will start overcoming your challenges, okay? So yeah, let's begin. So you can unmute your audio and speak. Anyone? See, guys, we are left with only 2 days, so try to uh, absorb the maximum. Okay? Yes. Nobody? They can unmute on their own, right, Sanya?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. I'll wait for a minute. It's 6:59. Oh, it's 7. Okay. So I'll wait for a minute. Do we have active participants? Samrin, I saw you logged in. And then who else? Jyoti is also there, I believe. Please, please come forward and share. Even if you talk on one question, each question, it's still fine. If you find it difficult to recollect or think about the gift and all,
Hello, ma'am. Good evening.
good evening. Your name, please. May I know your name?
Mani Dikshit.
Oh, hi. Okay, fine. Go ahead.
Can I start, ma'am?
Yes, yes, please.
Okay. Recently, my young sister came to visit me from abroad, where she is living with her husband. I hadn't seen her in a long time, and because of that, she thought that I wasn't being a good brother to her. So, to prove her wrong, I decided to buy her an expensive gift.
Mm-hmm.
The expensive gift was a wristwatch
Mm-hmm.
from one of the most prestigious watchmaking companies in the world.
Okay.
It was made in Switzerland,
Mm-hmm.
one of the most elegant and classy watches I have ever seen. Of course, it wasn't luxury watch all the way, but it was made with such a masterclass touch artworks that anybody would make mistake to think of it as a fashion watch. Anyway, it was so good to have me that
Mm-hmm.
watch. Thank you, ma'am.
Very good. Okay, so you said your young sister or your younger sister.
Um, Younger sister.
I Okay, because I heard young sister, so that's the reason I'm trying to correct you. So if you have
Mm,
said younger sister, it's fine. Okay. Now,
yeah, ma'am.
yes, so you spoke about the gift that you gave it to your sister recently. Okay. You gave the
Yeah.
reason of also. So you elaborated, you explained like what is the reason behind giving that gift. Okay. So since she lives in USA and you haven't met her since long and all, and she like as per her understanding, or she like you never gifted her anything, so to prove her wrong, you wanted to give her something very special, and that's how you chose or you decided to gift a watch to her. Now when it comes to watch, you explain what was it. Okay, who did you, so you shared it about your to your younger sister. Okay, you also explain about the watch. Now, one thing, like if you can just mention the brand, it would be still good. Okay, because you spoke about the watch, you spoke about how elegant that watch is, how much expensive it is, the made also. Okay, so Switzerland made watch, wristwatch. Yeah, so you can also talk about the brand. It's still fine. Okay, yeah. So what was the brand?
Yeah, Dior, ma'am.
Oh,
DIOR.
okay, fine. They are. Okay. Well done, Manu. Well done. Okay. So yes, guys, please
Thank you,
come
ma'am.
forward and share the your just speak here. It's very casual, so nothing to worry like oh my God, who is there and who is listening to me and all. Okay, just come out of that inhibition and just come forward. Unless and until you will not break those barriers, you will not be able to speak. And this is a platform where you can come forward and share. Okay, so moving on to the next activity. Oh, okay, example for this. So talk about a gift that you gave someone recently. So what was it? Who did you give it to? I recently gave my younger brother a book as a graduation gift. The book is titled How to Own the World, and it's on the topic of personal finance and investing. Now, why did you give it to this person? The reason I gave this to my younger brother is because it is a book that I wish I had read earlier in my life. The book simply guides you on the best and safest ways to invest your money. And one of the key points is to start investing as early as possible. So here we are describing the book. What is this book is about? That's why I gifted this book to my younger brother, as he's only 21 years old and just about to start his first job. So here we have also mentioned intention giving that book. Yeah. Now, how did it make you feel? Okay, moving on to the next question. To be honest, I felt quite proud to have been able to share this book with my brother because I honestly think it will improve his life financially speaking, which of course is really important. And as I also felt a little bit jealous, he is about 10 years younger than I am, and I wish I could go back in time and read this book and start investing my money sensibly at 21 years old. So yeah, that's a gift that I given to someone recently. This is a example for this question. Moving on to the next practice question. Describe something you do forget about work or study. What is the activity? How often do you do it? How does it help you to forget? Okay. So yeah, think about the topic, think about the questions, gather your information, come forward and share it. Okay. Anybody who wants to share? Unmute yourself, unmute your audio, unmute your microphone. No? Okay, I'm moving ahead to the next slide to check the answer how you can write this. Okay, so describe something you do to forget about work or study. What is the activity? I would like to talk about horse riding, which has been my hobby since I was around 10 years old. Here you can mention anything, okay? Hobby, reading book, watching something, going out, playing some game, etc. I'm actually the joint owner of a horse with two of my friends, and we take turns looking after him, cleaning the stable, and so on. How often do you do it? I don't have a part time job, so I spend most of my weekends at the stable. Taking care of a horse is quite dirty business, so it is obviously very different from studying at college. That means I can forget about my classes during the week when I'm at stable on the weekend. So this activity helps him to forget about the college. How does it help you to forget? So there is a quite large field next to the table, and I just get a wonderful sense of freedom when I'm riding around my horse. College seems a million miles away when I'm riding. Do I think other people would enjoy horse riding? Yes, absolutely. I think everyone should give it a try. Horses are absolutely wonderful animals. They are very gentle and intelligent. If you ever have the chance to ride a horse, you should definitely give it a try. So here we are talking about how the person forgets about the college study and etc. Okay, excuse me. Now practice third. Talk about some of the eating customs in your country. It is important to eat with other people like your family. Okay, so anybody, this is a one question where you have to explain. Please, if you want to speak, unmute yourself. Anyone? Okay, let's check out. Fine. So, actually, this speaking activity is for you guys. Okay, fine. So, talk about some of the eating customs in your country. Is it important to eat with other people like your family? Now, how you can elaborate this question? Well, to be honest, in my country, it's not that important to have a meal together with your family. If they are outside or working, then you usually have a meal by yourself. It is not important to wait for someone to begin eating. That being said, if all family members are at home, then we normally prefer to eat together. In the UK, where I live now, the only eating custom that I'm aware of is having a family lunch on Sundays. Usually, we all get together at someone's house or the local pub and enjoy a nice big lunch with meat, vegetables, and gravy. However, sadly, this custom is not as popular with younger people nowadays. I hope this custom remains because I really love going to the pub with all my family for Sunday lunch. So we are giving example also why this particular custom or the this kind of uh, way of gathering and all important. Okay, fine. So here we are done with the practice part today and day 9, week 2. Tomorrow, as it is going to be a complete practice session, what topics or what kind of questions we covered from Monday to Thursday. Okay. And we are going to, so tomorrow, like to, I request you to be more active and participants in the activities because tomorrow is going to be the last session. How to answer these questions or phrases or maybe opening sentences, transition words, etc. You can go back to your handouts, listen to the audio so that you will be prepared for your tomorrow's session. So here I hand over to Sania. Okay. Yes.